Good morning. If everyone can go ahead and please take your seats and go ahead and get started. Can you hear me okay? Good morning. My name is Doug Moses. I'm the current chairperson of the GSW Foundation Board of Trustees, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the Scholar Donor Luncheon. It's always great to have the scholarship recipients to come out and sit with the donors and personally thank them for what they've done and continue to do for the Georgia Southwestern State University as far as providing donations and contributions and providing scholarships to the students. So again, thank you all for coming. Not all the donors are present and they send their regrets, but again, we thank each and every one of you for being in attendance. With that being said, I'd like to introduce our guests at the head table, which we have Dr. Weaver, the president of Georgia Southwestern State University, and the First Lady, Mrs. Christy Weaver. Also, we have Stephen Snyder, the executive director of GSW Foundation. We have Dr. Laura Boren, the vice president for student engagement and success. We have Dr. Susan Smith, the provost vice president for academic affairs. And then we have two special guests of Dr. Weaver. We have Renata Alad at ABAC. She is over the Eli Job Shadow Program. And then also we have Kevin Floyd, coming from Middle Georgia State University. He's also over the Eli Job Shadow Program there. Also, we have in attendance some other special guests. We have Miss Linda Lee Purvis. She is the director for President Jimmy Carter Leadership Program, which is an awesome program. We have Dr. Liz Wilson, the Dean of College of Business and Computing. We have Dr. Lisa Easom, the Associate Dean and Professor for College and Nursing and Health Sciences. We have Dr. Jennifer Olson, the RCI Director. And then we also have Mr. Cody King, the VP of Business and Finance. Also, we have Kathleen Tucker. She is the president of the GSW Alumni Association. And then we have, I believe, a couple of board members from the GSW Foundation Board of Trustees, Lou Chase, and she's also the current vice chairperson, soon to be taken over effective July 1 as chairperson. And I don't know if Ryan Young is here. Ryan Young, he is also a board member. He's the current nominating chair. And I believe that's all we may have as far as our trustees. So again, welcome to the Scholar Donor Luncheon. And with that being said, I'll turn it over to Stephen Snyder, the executive director of the foundation, to give the invocation and instructions for how we to proceed for the buffet.
Thank you, Doug. I want to welcome everyone here again to the Donor Scholar Luncheon for 2020. This is always, I think we do a couple events each year that I think mean more than any other. We just had one a few weeks ago where we honored our alums at our Outstanding Alum Dinner. And today we are marrying two important aspects of what we do in my role in our advancement team, which is marry passion for giving and the needs that the university has. And I think that's what our job is in our office, is to marry those two things, where we have students that need funds to go to school, and then we have the desire and the passion to give back to a place that means a lot to our donors. So we're certainly very happy to have you all here today and to be together, to sit together, to eat together. And I hope you enjoy your time. I hope you enjoy the speakers today. I think you will. Again, this is one of the most special days on campus each year to hear the stories of our scholarship recipients, or at least a few of them. With that, I want to give you some instructions. We have two food lines on either side of the room. If tables 1, 2, and 3 would go first, because we have speakers at these tables, and then all the other tables will fall in line after tables 1, 2, and 3 as we go from the front of the room to the back. It shouldn't take too long. Like I said, as long as these first 3 tables go first, everyone else can just fall in. And again, two food lines, so it should go fairly quickly. With that, let's pray. God, we thank you for today. We thank you for an opportunity to come together, to fellowship, to honor education, to have donors and scholars come together, get to know each other, and to build relationships. Lord, that is what we do in our everyday jobs, is to build relationships with students, to build relationships with alums and with donors. We just thank you for this opportunity today. Pray that you bless this food for our nourishment, and I pray that you protect us all as we travel in this rainy weather. We thank you for the rain. We just pray for protection as we travel in it. In your name we pray. Amen.
Hello, everyone. Interrupt your lunch right now. My name is Linda Lee Purvis. I have the privilege of being the director for the President Jimmy Carter Leadership Program here at Georgia Southwestern. Before I introduce our speaker, Emma Carter, I want to thank you, donors, and for your generous support and donations to make this program possible here. This program would not be able to present it without you. And because of this program, we have attracted 17 of the best and brightest students in Georgia and Florida. So thank you for that, and I thank you on behalf of them as well. Our speaker today is Emma Carter. Emma is an exceptional leader. She came here as a varsity soccer player. She's a member of a number of organizations, including Kappa Delta. She's active not only on campus, but in the community, and has gained 40 service hours of volunteerism last semester. She's doing all this while she's still excelling in her academics, earning a place on the dean's list for fall semester. I expect to see great things from Emma and the other 16 members of this group. You'll be reading about them in the alumni magazine in a few years, so don't be surprised when you see the great things that they have been doing. I introduce Emma to you today to speak to you a bit about her experiences, and thank you all again.
Thank you, Ms. Linda Lee. Good afternoon. My name is Emma, and I'm from McDonough, Georgia. I'm a freshman pursuing my bachelor's degree in nursing. I would like to take this time to thank the university for providing me with professors and administrators that support my educational goals and aspirations of becoming someone who can serve others in the healthcare profession. I would also like to thank each and every person that donates to our university here at Georgia Southwestern. Your generous donations allow students like myself to receive a quality education and the opportunity to achieve our dreams. This year, I had the honor of being chosen as a member of the President Jimmy Carter Leadership Program. This program has taught me the value of leadership and what it takes to be a great leader. This past September, our group had the privilege of meeting one of the world's greatest leaders and humanitarians. This program was created to help college students become more aware of the human suffering that still impacts our world today. Our group builds upon his morals and principles and hopes to one day be an influential leader that impacts our community. These donations allow us to carry on a legacy that will continue for generations to come. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me the opportunity to take tomorrow by storm. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Liz Wilson. I'm the Dean of the College of Business and Computing, and I have the honor of introducing our next scholarship recipient and speaker. James Griggs is from Tifton, and he's the recipient of 2 scholarships this year, one of which is the Roy Lee and Susan Smith Georgia Sheriff's Youth Home Scholarship. James is a second-term freshman and is a pre-management major with a 3.2 GPA. He's the youngest of 4 children, and he attended Lowndes County High School, where he wrestled and was flight commander of his junior AFROTC program, and also won the Tuskegee Airman Award. Here at GSW, he works as a residence hall leader and also works part-time at the fitness center. James and I have spoken and gotten to know each other a little bit last week, as he has recently changed his major, wisely, I think, into business. And I believe you will all agree that he is, first of all, able to overcome obstacles. He's goal-oriented, and you'll find him very articulate. I know James has a bright future here at GSW and beyond. Please join me in welcoming James Griggs.
Good afternoon. For the ones who don't know me, my name is James. I'm a freshman here at GSW. I'm a bit nervous, but here we go. First, I would like to start off by saying thanks to my donors, all the scholars and the recipients, to the Roy Lee Smith Foundation and the Macmillan 1, Macmillan 2 Foundation of the scholarships that I've received. If it not were for the support of all of my classmates, the people who helped support me, college would not be a place for me now. As Ms. Liz mentioned, I've overcome so many obstacles in my life. My dream of being a college student arose from once when I started being in foster care. I've been in foster care ever since I was 9. When I was a kid, my mom was murdered, so it was I really didn't have anybody. So it was kind of hard growing up, being the youngest of 4 children. My dad being isolated, and it was just tough and tragic. And I really thought the world came to an end. I didn't know what to do, who to go to. I felt like I was useless. I didn't mean anything to anybody. But I kind of found change when I was moved into a foster home or a group home known as the Georgia Sheriff's Boys Ranch. Now, when you hear people say the Georgia Sheriff's Boys Ranch, most people be like, oh, nah, this kid is bad. No, it's not that, A lot of kids many kids like me were just unfortunate and, we didn't have a place to go, and these people, took us in under their wing and helped us out. And I really appreciate all the help and support that I've got. Starting at the Boys Ranch, I was at the Boys Ranch since 2015. I was 14 years old. I quickly just began to associate myself with the events in high school, such as ROTC, wrestling, LHS Ambassadors Club. So I felt like, as a foster kid, as mentioned before, I wasn't not necessarily recognized, but I felt worthless. So I felt like I had to make a name for myself. I didn't want people to see me as a foster kid. I wanted people to see me as a strong-minded, independent person. And ROTC led me through that. All the programs I did led me through just being who I am today, pretty much. My friends, my classmates, high school was my getaway from the group home because I had a hard time adjusting. That's why I really enjoy being in college. I graduated in May of 2019, and right after I graduated, I jumped right into college in the summer of 2019. Even though being independent is hard sometimes, but that was my transition and that was my getaway. So I feel like school is very important and it means a lot to me. And I chose business because I'm a very social person, and I like to just be out and make a name for myself and let people know who I am for the good. Someone special once told me that quarters make dollars. In other words, you have to start somewhere to get somewhere. And I hope with the support of all of my classmates and, the people who are above me, and one day I can be the person to help and support and give back to the ones who come after me and to the ones who are also in my same position. But in and off on this note, I just want to say I'm really grateful and I appreciate the opportunities that have been provided here at the College of GSW. And I just plan to continue to get my degree in business and management and wherever else God guides me and He has plans for me. I just want to say thanks, and by the grace of God, none of this could be done. Thank you.
Each year, we have a meeting where the scholarship recipients come out and sign personal thank you notes to go out to the donors. Also, they would verbalize their thank you in a video that goes to the donors as well. Before we watch the donor appreciation video, I would like to thank a few individuals who gave their time and efforts in putting together the videos and the photos that we're about to see today. Special thank you go to Bob Slinker, he's the Technology Services Director, Chelsea Collins, the Director of Marketing and Communications, and Sydney Scott, Public Relations Assistant. So thank you all for the hard work you did in this video. With that being said, enjoy.
Somebody that's never met you is investing in your future. The reason that's important for you, I hope, is to encourage you when you're in your classes, when you're doing your work, to know that somebody else believes and they want you to do well, and that hopefully that will help you do your work and do it better and do it to the best of your ability.
I'm Tatum Coleman, and I'm from Vienna, Georgia, and I'm a freshman here at GSW. And I just really want to thank the people who donated me the scholarship, because I honestly would not be able to be at this school without it. I would not be able to afford to come to school and get my education to one day graduate to become a teacher. So I just want to say thank you so much.
I just want to say thank you to the donors of my scholarship, the Achieving the Dream Scholarship. I am a senior here at Georgia Southwestern. My name is Jordan Dower. I'm a business management major, and I graduate this December. So this scholarship really helps me with paying for my schooling and being able to finish college and graduate and go on to do better things. So I just want to say thank you. I look forward to make you all proud, and just thank you again for everything.
Hey donors, I just wanted to say thank you for the Achieving the Dream Scholarship. My name is Kelsey Booker. I'm from Vidalia, Georgia. I'm studying middle grades education, and I look forward to using you guys' help wisely and maybe one day planting a seed in someone else's life. Thank you again.
It's such an honor being a recipient of the Alumni Legacy Scholarship, and I just want to give a big thank you to all of the donors for supporting me throughout my years at GSW. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Martin. I'm from Irwin County, Georgia. I'm an exercise science major, and I play baseball here at Southwestern. I just want to thank Charles F. Chris for my scholarship. It's been great. Helped me not have to worry about a whole lot of financial stuff and let me focus on my major and playing baseball, and it's great, and thank you so much for it.
Hey, my name is Meredith Lashley, and I just wanted to thank the donors for the Dr. Charles L. Mix Foundation Board of Trustees for awarding me the scholarship. I am studying to be a history teacher in secondary education, so on behalf of me and all of my future students, thank you for believing in education and for helping students like me be able to achieve their dreams.
Thank you, Ms. Post, for contributing to us for our Guaranteed Acceptance Program scholarship. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Celia Lou Castilla. I'm originally from Seville, Spain, and I would like to thank the Mix Foundation Board of Trustees, and Ms. Carrie Post for your donations and your scholarship. Yeah, I'm really happy to be able to get the money so I can continue my studies in the United States. Thank you so much.
Hey, I'm Rachel Cochran, and I received the Pope Graduate Fellow Scholarship. And I just want to say thank you to my donors. Without you, I would not be furthering my education. After receiving my bachelor's degree in music, I still get to be here at the lovely GSW to further, and I'm just blessed that I get to continue on into the path of whatever God has set for me to do.
Hello, my name is Assam McElroy, and I just wanted to thank my donors, Miss Nancy Arden and Lori Bent, for your donation. This is going to really help me with my future and going forward in my geology degree. I've already racked up a couple $1,000s in debt, so any money is going to help me, and I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
I want to thank all the students who participated in our thank you letter writing and in the video. The impact you make with those letters is significant, and I hope you realize how valuable that is, to just take a moment to put on paper that you thank somebody for what they're doing for you. Emma and James, you did a great job today. Thank you very much. I know it's not easy to get up and talk to a crowd and tell your story, but we appreciate it very much. And we're very excited and proud to have both of you on campus. And we know you're doing great jobs here at the university, and we're looking forward to all 4 of your years. You're almost finished with year 1. But we know we're going to have a great time together over the next 3, and I'm looking forward to shaking your hand as you walk across the stage here in a couple years and earn that first degree of yours. So thank you for doing it today. When I started my profession here in higher education, one of my jobs was to be a fundraiser. And often I would go out and visit with individuals and talk to them about how they could support the institution, help people. And I remember one of my first assignments, I was given the name of a donor out of the database. I was told this person has a significant amount of money. They could make a gift in the 6 figures. You need to go see them. I said, okay. So I jumped in my car and went over to see this guy. And I walked in and I said, "Sir, our database tells us that you have done very well in your life, and you are capable of making a significant gift to our university, and we would very much like to have you as a part of our donor portfolio." And he looked at me and he said, "Well, did your database tell you that last week my sister's husband was injured in a car accident and he will not be able to ever go back to work, and they have 3 children, all under the age of 10? I said, "No, didn't tell me that." He said, "Did your database tell you that my brother, who served 2 tours of duty, came back and is now confined to a wheelchair and needs assistance every day?" I said, "No, I'm sorry, it didn't tell me that." He said, "Well, did your database tell you that my wife was just diagnosed with cancer and is going to be in need of care?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry, didn't tell me that." He said, "Well, if I'm not going to give any of those people money, why do you think I'm going to give you a bunch of money?" Come on, that was kind of funny. The point is that we don't have people like that in this room. We have people who respond and who know that by giving back and supporting others, they're making a difference in people's lives. And that's why it's a joy for me to get to know each of our donors, and why I want to say thank you to you for what you do for this university and for the way that you engage with us in a positive way around what we do here at this university. Your reception of me and of these students is inspiring, and we know that you want us to do a good job. And so we thank you for that, and we are committed to doing the work you have asked us to do with your support. I think one of the highest forms of philanthropy is to give to somebody who has no ability to give back to you or to repay you. And in this case, in these cases, I think that's exactly what happens when people give to scholars. You're at a point in your life where you're able to give back, but you know that this person is not in a position in their life to repay you, but you give anyway. And so, students, what I want you to understand and what I hope you see, James, listening to your story, I want you to know that the way you can give back, the way that you can repay these donors, is to be successful, is to graduate, to get good grades, to live a life of impact on our communities, to be leaders, to be community involved, to be professionals, to have great families. That's how you repay what's been put into your life. That's why these gifts were made, so that you have this opportunity. And so what's incumbent upon you now is to not take it for granted and to not fall short of your goals. Don't let things get in your way because you have a whole bunch of people that are willing to help and invest in you. So that's how I ask you to give back. And finally, when you have accomplished your career objectives, when you have grown your family and sent them off to their own lives, I hope that you will remember that there was somebody that helped you, and that you'll be back here in this building, at this table, talking with students that are getting your scholarship. And that you can tell them about the person that invested in your life, and that you're doing it now because somebody did it for you. And if that's the kind of cycle we can create at this university, then great things are in store for GSW, for the communities we serve, and for individuals just like you who need support. Donors, it's never a bad time to remind you of the needs. 50% of our students, 50% of our freshmen that come to this university are the first in their family to go to college. Over 55% of our students receive the Pell Grant from the federal government. And over 90% of our students receive some type of financial aid. The average debt of students that leave Georgia Southwestern is more than $12,000. So while we appreciate what you do, and I hope that what you see around your table encourages you and makes you realize what you have done, I encourage you to think, what else can I do and who else can I find that will help me do it? Because what is happening here, the lives you're changing here, are not singular. They will now impact their children and their children's children. And it will go on for generations. When one person breaks the chain in their family, becomes the first in their family to graduate, it changes the direction of an entire family. And so the more we can support these students, the more we can give, the more we can provide, the greater the reach of this institution. So I thank you for your giving. I thank you to the students who are receiving but living up to the expectations that we have for you. And I hope that you guys have a great time today getting to know each other. For those of you who are freshmen, I hope you build a relationship with your donor every year that you're here. You'll be able to sit with them and say, this is what I'm doing. And these people, I hope, will become mentors and guide you, help you understand what's next in your life. They're investing in you, they're here, and they want to be a part, and they want to be excited for you. So be engaged in this conversation and be a part of what's happening here at the university. Thank you all for being here today. We thank you for your support of GSW, and I want you to know that we are all together moving this institution forward in a very exciting and very positive way. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Weaver. A couple last things. For you donors and scholars, I would encourage you to stick around and just fellowship as long as you can. If you'd like pictures with your donor or with your scholar, please stick around for that. Sydney will be here with her camera. She's waving her hand. She's more than happy to do that. And the one last thing, for the donors out there, please, we would like for you to take a centerpiece home with you as a gift from us to you. So please do that if you would like. So once again, thank you all so much for coming today. We hope you had a good meal. Hope you had good fellowship, and we hope to see you again next year. Thank you.